If you can think back to the days of Pincher, you can also think back to that point at which so many ministers resigned, Boris was forced into resignation himself. Boris, the survivor, was forced to quit because we'd had enough. And, we kept giving him a little bit more rope. We knew what his character was. And somehow people thought he was going to behave differently, and he didn't. And then we have Liz Truss. And Liz Truss, in her wooden opening speech, and she's really not somebody who can make speeches. Even if she's beginning to get the hand gestures, they're wooden. They're not hand gestures you'd take home to show your mother. And this extraordinary performance, extraordinary leaden acceptance speech with delivery at the end, not even a tricolon, although I thought it was. And this extraordinary bit in the middle where she pays tribute to her friend, Boris. So, pointing out very clearly that Rishi isn't her friend. Her friend, Boris. So she'd spent 6 weeks telling us all these pipe dreams she's got. And yet when it comes to the crunch, she's just more of the same. She's telling us that Boris got Brexit done. Well, he didn't. Brexit is a mess. You only have to look at the Northern Ireland Protocol to see that it's a mess. You only have to look at the High Street to see that it's a mess, that it hasn't worked. And you only have to look at the numbers of people coming in from France to see that we haven't taken control of our borders. I personally think that is an exaggerated problem anyway. It was an exaggerated problem before the Brexit debate, and the Brexit debate was an opportunity to descend into some sort of ghastly racism. But now it's an invitation to people to come across the channel. And it's appalling. And why is it appalling? Because at the same time as throwing around all this racist abuse and encouraging at the same time people to be coming over, this government, of which Liz Truss was a central part, has also been doing down civil servants. So frankly, they don't really want to do their work. Or at the very worst, they want to do it at home. So we don't have enough civil servants to do the work of the Home Office. So we don't have enough people to process all those many asylum applications that we have received. So the backlog is simply horrendous. And yet instead of trying to solve that backlog, Liz Truss, Priti Patel, have been turning their attention to France, turning their attention to Albania. It's their fault. Nope. It's our responsibility and our problem. And we entered into this agreement in 1951, and unless we wish to go back to the negotiating table and renegotiate our international responsibilities, we have to tighten our belt and get on with it and process these many asylum claims, even if some of them are fraudulent. At that point, people might become illegal immigrants or illegal migrants. They are not at the point at which they cross the channel. And particularly not if they then ask for asylum. As for suggesting that so many of these people are Albanians, this is just unbelievably racist. Where is the evidence for this? Particularly when if an Albanian wishes to cross into the UK, all they have to do is to go to Ireland and get a taxi north. I believe some people are doing exactly that. I don't understand why Albanians, of all people, are supposedly going across the channel and risking their life on a channel crossing in a dinghy. It makes no sense. And it's lots of that sort of nonsense which makes me ask, what's the difference between Boris and Liz? Unless it's simply the amount of effluent that flows into the channel from our beaches, not France's.